Hello and welcome to episode 141 of Naija's Geeking Out, your favorite comic book podcast with a Naija twist. And as usual, you have got your goons here from Naija to talk to you about comic book related stuff. All right, starting off with me, I'm Kekes. Pleasure to have you guys back. Thank you again for joining. Thank you for listening. Thank you for liking, subscribing, tweeting, threading, whatever about us. Moving on to Tunde, resident DC head. Tunde, how are you doing?
Yeah, I'm awesome. It's awesome to be here again to talk about the greatest things in the world, DC Comics, and
Okay.
other affiliated comic books.
So that means that you're reading, is it Night Terrors or whatever the DC comic book?
Which kind of nonsense talk is that one?
No, it's a question.
Nobody's reading that one.
I see. I checked last week's dump. I just saw Night Terrors 1, Night Terrors 2, Night Terrors. I just skipped everything.
Skip. Like, no, I'm not doing that again.
No. I Night Terrors, Night Terrors, Shazam, Night Terrors, but I don't care. I think I only read like maybe 2 DC books last week.
Superman Lost was good now. So yeah.
Yes, Superman Lost, and there was some Batman Incorporated, I think is what I read. Yeah. But yes, so okay, moving on to the third person we have on Dapo. How are you doing?
Yeah, I'm good. I had a very bad week because I actually read the Night Terrors, every single one. So
I'm the DC fan here, and I didn't read it.
So I'm recovering. I'm recovering.
Who sent you a message?
No.
Why?
You know, you have to do these things. You have to do these things for
you don't. You don't have to do these things.
I used to think like this, and I've read no way.
Yeah, it was painful. It was painful. I could almost say not even one or two were worth reading. Honestly, you might as well just read.
No.
You read one, you didn't stop, and you continued reading more.
I read every single one.
Listeners, there were like 11 of these.
About 12 different comments. Yeah, so
I love that.
So,
if this thing takes 2 years, I'm not reading one. Yeah. It doesn't matter how long and how integrated it is with the universe.
We've already had a Nightmare Metal Clinical.
Lazarus. Yeah, we had Metal. Exactly. It just reminds me of Metal. And then we just finished Lazarus. We just recovered.
Exactly.
I'm not doing anything with you.
It's
yeah, so that's my week. And now I'm having terrors at night.
You know what? Just continue reading and tell us how it goes.
Yeah, you can give me a review at the end of the entire thing.
Never gonna read it.
So your reading is not going to be a waste.
Let it have some use at least to somebody out there.
Exactly. Even if it's like to say do not read. Right. And so we've got the trio on today. Red the regular unable to join, Wale unable to join. But let's dive right in. So today we've got superhero news, casting news specifically. We have got TV talk from DC and from Marvel. And then we have got a short conversation that we want to have around one of the, so let's say the greatest supporting characters, most iconic, I should say, supporting characters in
greatest or most iconic or
yeah, fair enough. I would say greatest, but yeah, because that would be Alfred. To be fair, greatest would be Alfred.
Yes.
Okay.
She's not even top. She's not even top 3 for me.
Get out,
bro. She's not. I don't think she's top 40 from you.
Supporting character.
You know this thing. Listen. You know, is it Oberon or what's the name of this guy that helps him, Mr. Miracle?
Yeah, Oberon,
I would pick that guy.
Oh wow! Wow!
We know you are not okay, but what's your top 3 that she's not on that list?
Immediately, I can pick 2.
Okay.
Who else?
And he said Alfred. I would say Mary Jane.
No.
Over her by a mile.
No.
By a mile.
No, that's a useless damsel in distress.
You can say no up and down as long as you like.
That's a useless damsel in distress. Please.
Let me see.
Lois Lane is just, I find it very annoying as a character as well.
Why have you gone and spoiled it now?
I'm going to.
Sorry.
Say this. Yes.
The vexing me was too much. So sorry.
Okay, that was let the cat out the bag. So yes, we'll be discussing Lois Lane in all her iterations that we've had thus far. Well, I would say the most popular ones that we've had thus far, and we'll be rating them and discussing, their value and their utility to the Superman mythos and to the Superman that they appeared with, and kind of what our hopes and aspirations and expectations are for Rachel Brosnan in the upcoming Superman legacy. Okay. All right, let's kick this off. Right. So I'm going to start with casting news. Like, this is the biggest news since our podcast last week. And our man Gon keeps feeding us. Too bad he doesn't do it just before Monday so that we can break the news. No.
No, he has to confirm with us.
True. We do have that final sign-off points. And we go QA the things. Okay, release this guy. So yes, there's been casting news, major casting news for what? 4 characters, 4 superhero characters. So it's not like who's going to be Perry White or who's going to be like Steve Lombard or something. No. These are key characters that are going to appear in Superman Legacy and perhaps even subsequent DC movies.
Yep. I hope. In case of one, I hope so.
In case of 2, I really hope so.
Actually,
but I think one might be a bit too old.
All 4, I hope so.
Okay. Right. So, guys, what we're talking about here is we're going to run down one at a time, and we're going to start with Nathan Fillion. Our everybody. I don't think anyone can doubt this guy's geek creds.
Nope.
Yeah, I mean, well loved in just about everything that he appears in. And the last time you'll have seen him would have been in Guardians of the Galaxy 3 as the head of security, which was really good. He looks really good in that one. And he is going to be appearing in Superman Legacy as Guy Gardner. Interesting. Yeah. So Guy Gardner is the Space Marine type of the Green Lanterns, almost like jump into fire first, very action oriented, very kick ass, take no prisoners, bit of a blockhead to be honest. He has an overinflated sense of how good he is. He's been knocked out by Batman in, I think it was Justice League.
Everybody has knocked him out.
Was knocked out by someone who has no powers. So Nathan Fillion is going to be playing Guy Gardner. Let me move on to Isabella.
Should we talk about Nathan Fillion, or you want to
run through, and then we'll touch on it. We'll touch on each one. Isabella Merced. She's going to be playing Hawkgirl. You guys might know her as Dora the Explorer. It was her last movie. So I don't know.
Why would we know her as Dora the Explorer?
I don't know who watches Dora the Explorer here. That one watches a lot of things. So
Dora,
I watched the movie.
Okay.
Of course. Okay, you're right. Sorry, I take that back.
Take it back and sit on it. You heard it here first, guys. That will watch Dora the Explorer. Okay.
The movie.
And
that doesn't make it better. It doesn't make it better.
No. Not the cartoon, the movie, the live action. The one for adults. Yes. So she's going to be playing Hawkgirl. Is she our favorite Thenagarian?
Yes.
Yeah.
For me, yes.
Yeah, because Hawkman is a bit of a dickhead. So,
yes.
Nobody likes him.
Yeah. And then we have Eddie Gathegi. He's going to be playing Mr. Terrific. Eddie, guys, if you remember, he's the black gentleman who played Darwin in X-Men First Class. So he's going to be Mr. Terrific. And then we've got Anthony Carrigan, who's going to play Metamorpho. So Anthony Carrigan that was just told me now, played Victor Zsasz in the TV's Gotham, the TV series Gotham. Right, so we've got 4 characters, 4 actors, completely new and dropped on us. Or it was confirmed. We confirmed it with James. James released it out to everyone. What do we think? Start with Nathan. Nathan Fillion as Guy Gardner. Yay or nay, and why?
This is the most interesting. Like this is the kind of casting news I like to hear because it asks a lot of questions. It throws a lot of things into the air, I have no idea where they're going with this, because Guy Gardner is like the third or fourth Green Lantern. He's not even on the reserve team. It's the guy you call after your reserve team is completely injured, and as we need to get someone in. So see the way that is looking.
Don't worry, carry on. I'll come back later with my correction to your mistakes. We'll carry on.
Yes, it's allowed. But yeah, so it's like the third or fourth Green Lantern, if I remember correctly. I'm not sure when he came on when he became officially a Green Lantern.
I think he's second or third.
He was actually the first choice Green Lantern.
Yeah. But he never got the ring.
He was first choice
after Stewart.
Yes, that's correct. But
so he never. Yeah. So having him in a movie about that is going to the origins of Superman, not really origins, but like the upcoming Superman, a young Superman, is like completely. It's changing the timeline of the DCU going forward. This is not the regular timeline we are going to be expecting. It means that Green Lanterns would have been operating for a much longer period before Superman comes on the scene.
Why?
What?
Why?
Why
does that mean that lanterns have been operating for a longer time?
Yeah, because Guy Gardner cannot be the first Green Lantern. That's just weird.
Yeah, but why not?
No. It spoils the character too much in my head. Like Guy Gardner needs an Hal Jordan to shut him up. A senior Hal Jordan to shut him up. Otherwise, he's not Guy Gardner.
See, Kekes, see what's happening here? He's writing his own story.
Tunde is writing his own.
My own story again.
And he's insisting that's the right story.
This is what he does. Okay, go.
Yeah, so it's for me, because I think James Gunn said it earlier that Superman is not going to be the first hero. You're going to have already been operating for a while.
Yes.
In DCU and all of that.
Yes.
So having an older Guy Gardner is an interesting choice, because I don't think I've ever seen Guy Gardner in the older role. He's always this young, brash guy, even in the comics. I can't remember
when you say young.
Yeah, he's not really young.
He's never been young. He's always like late 30s, early 40s.
Never been.
And Nathan Fillion is not late 30s, late 50s. And Nathan Fillion is an old man now. So I'm expecting a grizzled, with Nathan Fillion, I'm expecting a more grizzled Guy Gardner, I guess, for that to work well. Like with his face, I can't expect them trying to de-age Nathan Fillion.
So he's 52.
Yeah, so he's going to be an older, experienced Guy Gardner, which is a very interesting juxtaposition for him. I can't remember a comic book I've read where Guy Gardner comes off as the experienced partner.
Guy Gardner's thing isn't necessarily inexperience or experience. It's brashness. So the way Guy Gardner behaves when he's 62 with the ring, he'll behave the same way.
Yep.
The way Hal Jordan behaves, reckless, he would behave the same way. The way John Stewart behaves, very cool, calm, everything is structural.
Boring.
If he got the ring at 18, he would still be that way. So yeah, so I see what you mean. But I don't know if he would have been around for that much longer than Superman. I mean, this is a Superman. Hopefully, what we're hearing, like we're not hearing, he's someone that's still finding himself, not necessarily even origins, but he's still kind of finding his way.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're right. It's a very interesting casting, because I don't know what to do with it. Go on.
See, for me, my favorite Green Lantern is Guy Gardner. So I love Guy Gardner.
You like the worst of every side. Like
Tim Drake.
As your favorite.
So you like Speedy. You like Speedy. You like Speedy.
You like Speedy. You like it. I'm sure the best Spider-Man is Ben Reilly.
You like Spider-Man.
Oh, please. Now, to correct something Tunde said earlier, Guy Gardner was actually the first choice Green Lantern, but unfortunately he was in a coma, which is why he went to Hal Jordan. So let's establish that first. Having said that, yes, a lot of things you said right. He's very brash. He's very impulsive. He attacks first and thinks later. That's generally the character he has. He's got the most willpower out of all the Green Lanterns as well. Now, when the first announced Nathan, I was a bit upset and a bit happy. I like Nathan Fillion, but I started thinking that if you're using Nathan, I see him as a guy who comes to superhero films for bit parts who you won't see again, and especially I just thought he was older than he is. And I should go, if he's old, how many does this mean that Guy Gardner is literally going to be a part character for this film and we'll never see him again? That was my biggest worry. Not that I didn't like him in the role, but
I'll
what it
address
meant.
that. Well, go on.
Okay, but what it meant for the character going forward is what worried me the most. That obviously he's my favorite. Another issue I have, and guys, please don't attack me. It's minor. I accept it's minor. I accept this is a big issue with me. I am tired. I am tired of ginger characters not being ginger in movies. I am tired. It's too much now. Guy Gardner is one of the most unique looks of Guy Gardner. It's his crop of red hair.
Yeah.
Nathan Fillion can color his hair now.
Please, he better. I would be really angry if he comes in there with how he looks. You know, and I even want that what do you call it, a mop cup?
No. They shouldn't do that bowl cut. They shouldn't do it.
The bowl cut. Yeah, sorry, that's it.
No, they don't even. He doesn't do it anymore. He does a crew cut now.
Yeah.
So let's go with this military crew cut. No.
But now I'm actually cautiously on board because I know he can play the role well. You know, in terms of acting.
Yeah.
So for me, I'm happy. I like the guy. So I've kind of any reservations I've had, I think I've let go of them.
But to add to what you just said, James Gunn has said this is not going to be the appearance of Nathan Fillion in DCU. So it's not a big part. It's going to appear in other things as well.
Yes. So, results.
Yeah. So this is what I think.
You were going to say something. Yeah, go on.
Yeah. I think Nathan Fillion is going to be in this. Might not have a big part, but I think he's going to be in the series. And he's going to be the star of the series.
No, it's not the star of the series.
Okay, so who is
it? They've announced Al Jordan and Jon Stewart.
Was this before James? Was this before James?
No, James Gunn's announcement. True Detective Body Cop to Al Jordan and
I've heard this before James Gunn came on.
No, there was
I heard this announcement. No. I heard this Space Cop.
Right. I've heard that before. That was how and
before James Gunn came on. So I don't know if it's still the same, but okay. So maybe it's not going to be Guy Gardner in the TV series then, but I expect to see Guy in the TV series. I don't know how many movies we're going to see this guy. I don't know how many movies. I think it might be a Penguin situation where they appear in the movie, quite popular, people like him, and then they're going to do a movie for him, or a TV series for him. But that's my gut.
I mean, it's Guy Gardner. Do we really need to see him that much?
Yes.
We have other interesting lanterns to follow.
Oh, like who? Boring Hal Jordan.
I'll even follow the newer ones. What's that useless kid with the lantern that is always running up and down?
How new are we talking here?
Is it that annoying girl?
Yeah, the black kid. I can't remember.
The girl, the Hispanic girl.
No, the one with the glove.
Kid, the one with the glove.
Yeah, she's a girl now. Hispanic girl.
Is she Hispanic?
Yeah. She's Hispanic. Yes, it's very big in our part of this thing. Yeah.
Okay, I'll prefer that one.
The kid.
Yeah. We still have what's the name of this black
Simon Bass?
Fast Sector.
Oh, Fast Sector girl.
I'll rather have Fast Sector than if we are rating Green Lanterns, Guy Gardner is not near the top of my list.
Yeah.
Top 3 is not there. Top 5 is not there.
I can't take this
nonsense. No, listen. Today is well established on this podcast as a hater. I'm not gonna answer him. Guy Gardner is the best at what he does.
Okay.
Yeah, being an idiot. Moving on.
So let's move on to Isabella Merced. Hawkgirl. I like her look. I have never, true confession, never been a Hawkgirl fan or Hawkman. I've never seen the appeal. I don't quite know what the Nigerians can do apart from fly. I don't know if they are super strong I don't know. I mean, I know they have nth metal, have maces and stuff and spears, but I don't
They
know
are
what else they have.
stronger. They are stronger than base humans. I wouldn't say
Okay.
super strong, but
Yeah.
they are stronger than humans.
Okay.
And
But
they're like space cops as well, in a way, almost.
yeah.
So go on,
But
Tunde.
for me, it's less interesting about what the Nigerians can do, but like why Hawkgirl is in this movie. So this is another casting that makes my head spin out of control. Like, what exactly is the plot of this movie going to be? Like, why is Hawkgirl in this movie? Is there a space element to this kind of movie that is bringing Guy Gardner and Hawkgirl? Like, what plot are you doing that you're weaving all these characters together? And that's way more interesting for me.
I think I've assumed, with the inclusion of Guy Gardner and her, I've assumed that maybe there is a space element to this. Maybe. You know,
Yeah, well, like, what's the plot? What's bringing?
But having said that, unless they go with Hawkgirl, who's the one that was tied to Egyptian and was
God
earthbound.
forbid.
So I'm not sure. they could go either way.
Please no, no. They should not do that. I beg. I don't
But
want.
But like Kek says, I do like her look. I think she suits the part of what I would expect a Hawkgirl to look like. I don't know where she's from cultural wise, but she can pass for, in my mind, Egyptian looking like type person, as well as just being generally exotic type. So yeah, I've seen her in, as you said, I've watched that film, but she was a kid. She was really much younger when she did that film, so I think she's grown up a bit now. So, and I've not seen anything else since then. And I can't remember whether I thought she was great or not in that film, if I'm honest. So,
I heard good things about it. To be fair, I did hear good things about it.
Okay.
Yeah, I I don't. This is one I don't care about. I actually don't like the character. So she looks nice. I hope she does well. I hope it makes sense. But it's a shit character.
So can I ask you a question, Kex?
Yeah.
You did not like in Justice League Unlimited. I think that's the name of the show.
Yes.
You did you did not like Hawkgirl in it?
No, I didn't.
Oh, okay.
I didn't.
Wow.
The only time she was interesting was when she and Jon Stewart were having some flirtations, but she wasn't. She never really did anything.
She was my favorite in that show. She was really.
How is Hawkgirl your favorite?
Of course, she was his favorite.
She was one of my favorites. I thought she was great in that show. Her attitude, I love her attitude. She was like the warrior in the whole show.
But that's how. What's it called? That wow! All these women that like to fight. Well, that's how Hawkman is. Just like it's stupid. Let's go and fight. Relax, bro.
Yeah, but
she had about the fight. I guess to fight.
It was balanced.
That's what Wonder Woman was. Yeah, but Wonder Woman is balanced. That's
no.
Wonder Woman was not shy from a fight.
She was more aggressive than
she needs to understand.
She's more aggressive than Wonder Woman.
She was more aggressive than Wonder Woman in the show. I say that to say
okay.
It wasn't just being a warrior, because Wonder Woman was a warrior in the show.
Yep.
But her own is just gra, carry mace, and then once you just knock out, she was like a Jean Grey kind of character that was like,
hey God, let's not
always being bashed, easy to beat. You're not super fast. You're not super strong. You're not a tech head. You're not super intelligent.
She had the nth metal.
You have tactical nth metal base. This is just
it. Let's move on.
I'll carry one
quickly.
Helmet, put it on. So moving on to number 3, Eddie Gathegi, Mr. Terrific. What do we think about Mr. Terrific?
You should go and bulk up. Seriously.
Why?
Okay.
Why does he have to?
Mr. Terrific is an Olympian.
Okay.
Like I can't imagine. I don't know why. I just imagine. I mean, maybe that's my mental image of Terrific. It's always this big guy in this leather jacket.
Okay. I don't mind the casting, to be honest.
I don't mind the casting. I like him. He was good in For All of Mankind.
I'm surprised though that he's in the first. Again, he's in this film. Like he's basically a knockoff Dr. Richards, Reed Richards from Fantastic Four.
You take that back.
Okay. He is.
Take that back, you're wrong. You're good for that.
And then they went to form a group called the Terrifics. You know, how lame can
That
it
book
get?
does not exist. That book does not exist. Let's move on.
But yeah, I don't mind the casting, if I'm being honest. And I do like genius level characters generally in my shows if they're written properly. The problem is a lot of people can't write them properly. I hope they get him right.
Okay. I really, really, really like Mr. Terrific.
Yeah.
Like him a lot. I'm always pushing for a Mr. Terrific series or movie or something. I think he's an easy win. The problem, of course, is that my issue with if they ever did a series of Mr. Terrific is it will become like Black Lightning, and it will be very Black Power-ish, and it won't. I just don't feel it will do the character justice. So I'm very excited about this. Eddie himself, I think he's a really good actor. He was in Startup, this series that was on Showbiz or Stars or something. Really good series with is it Adam Brody? Yeah, Adam Brody. And he was like a Haitian gangster in that. He's in For All Mankind. Of course, he's Darwin. I don't think there's anything wrong with his body. I think he's fine.
You read this book. What's this Adam Strange book?
Adam Strange. Amazing book. Yeah, Adam Strange. Yeah.
What's the one? Strange Adventures.
Strange Adventures? Something like that.
Yeah. Where was one investigating? That's the look I have in my head for.
Yeah.
That's the iconic look I have in my head.
That's the iconic look. That's the bulked up, fair play on his leather jacket kind of look.
Yeah.
Big. He's almost like a Michael J. White kind of like a strong looking black man. But this works as well. He will have to put on some bulk, but he's a slim, lean, fit guy, so it could work. Terrific is not really about his physical athleticism. I don't expect that in a movie that has Superman, and I don't expect in a movie that has Superman and all these other people. Use your brain, because that's what we need you for.
Why I'm saying that is that's the bulked up Terrific is what separates him from every other genius. So it's not just oh, I'm super smart. It's also I'm physically at the peak of my.
Yeah, you can be both. Yeah, you can be both.
Yeah,
I mean, you can be lean and fit and still be super smart. So yeah, I think this is the one I'm actually most pleased about. I can't wait to see Mr. Terrific. I cannot wait to see the black nano mask thing that he has on his face. Like,
his costume has to be on point. He
has to wear the leather jacket.
It can come off
silly on it.
Yeah.
What? Sorry?
It can come off really silly.
It will.
Yeah.
But the thing is, that's his costume. Like that's Superman's cape. So you get on, or you're either on board or you're just like, nah, this is too silly for me.
Yeah.
This is another one that's very cagey. I'm very worried about this. Anthony Carrigan, not the actor, but about the character Metarmorpho, who was a part of Doom Patrol for a while, and then he went to Justice League Unlimited or Europe. I can't remember. But yeah, guys, how is this going to look?
I don't care for this one, but this guy and Eddie makes me think Outsiders.
Oh my days! I forgot he was in Outsiders. That is true. What Terrific wasn't in Outsiders. But
yeah, exactly.
I get you.
Terrific wasn't in Outsiders.
It wasn't.
It was Lightning. It was Lightning.
But this could be a new lineup. Katana. Guy Gardner wasn't there. No, it was. I mean, this could be fucking Outsiders. No, I'm happy about this one. I've never seen Outsiders before on.
But to be honest, if this is Outsiders, this is not any Outsider I know.
Metamorpho is from Outsiders, so if they want to switch it up, that's fine. And the Outsiders, they kind of changed. Like every once in a while, somebody would die, somebody would join.
My guess
Earth guy.
For this character, my guess for this characters that just occurred to me now is that there's going to be a sequence of adventures that Superman gets on when he comes out as a superhero. Like, and I think he's just going to meet these people in like individual sequences of like, oh, I went to this town. I helped Hawk woman.
I don't like it.
I think that is my guess. That's what's gonna happen. That's why we've got all these people in it.
Nah.
Oof.
I don't like that idea of a movie.
I like that.
It's been like for this summer.
It will almost be introduction to the DC universe via the eyes of a new Superman or thing. That is my vibe now that I'm getting.
Okay, I'm not for this.
Why is everybody so upset now?
It's too little. It's too little. Just yeah, I don't.
It's somehow. It just doesn't.
Okay.
It doesn't work.
It's James Gunn, isn't it? He does.
Yeah.
He did it for the first kind of Galaxies. We met all these people on individual ventures, and then they came together. And there was short vignettes. I can see that happening.
No, we didn't meet them on individual adventures. We met them all together. Like they met themselves in the first act.
Yeah.
But because these guys are not going to be in the movie all three, it's still a Superman movie, right?
Yeah.
We still have
Which is why I'm
in
thinking that if it's the Outsiders, that's too much of like a Superman and the Outsider movie. I think it's going to be it's going to be a Superman movie, but we're also going to have almost like a 30% of an introduction to the DC universe. That's just my guess, based on nothing beyond me. Just look at this cast now all of a sudden.
Because anyway, I've been thinking of plot-related reasons why these guys will be there in the movie, and I hope there's something that ties all of them together in the movie, and that's what I'm excited for.
Okay.
Then again, we'll be fighting.
Sorry, go on.
The biggest rumor for the villain is Brainiac, so I can see a Brainiac that involves Terrific, Guy Gardner, and Hawkgirl. Hawkgirl just faced Brainiac in our world. Guy Gardner, it brings news of Brainiac from space, like space cops.
Police.
Terrific is a smart guy trying to fight Brainiac on Earth, telling Superman what to do. I don't know what Metamorpho does. Maybe it's the wild card or something.
Comedy relief.
Yeah, I can tell you I can't think of what this could be. They could have small parts, they could have big parts.
Big parts, yeah. That's the best news about this casting for me. Is that it gets us thinking. It's not a casting news where you hear it, you already know what storyline they're telling. You hear it, you already know what plots they are going through. With this, nobody knows what exactly is happening in Superman Legacy. We are more confused than before.
Metamorpho is just so out of left field. Like there's no way I would have thought I would see that guy ever. Like he's one of those people I just read the comic book like, I cannot see that on the big screen. So I want to see what he's going to do with that. Okay.
Yeah, the actor's quite good though. I like him.
Okay. I've not seen him in anything. But I'll take your word for it. Okay, cool. So that's casting news. Let us know what you guys think. Let us know if you think you have any plot ideas as to what Superman Legacy will be, or what these characters are going to contribute in the movie. Okay, so moving from casting news, let's move right into TV. Let's go to Disney Plus, and let's go scroll. Terrible interface. Press play. Right. Okay. Where? MCU Secret Invasion episode 4. What's the title? I can't remember. Press play. Let's go. Right. So we pick up again. We've got 2 episodes left to go on this series. What happens here? Right, a lot happens. Let me just put the
quite a lot.
Yeah, quite a lot. Yeah. Crib sheet, the US, the President of the United States. Okay, so start off with the meeting between Rhodey and what's his name's wife? What is Nick Fury's wife's name? Priscilla is her human name. Let's go with Priscilla. They
Priscilla.
meet up in a church. Priscilla's been given the mission to kill Nick Fury by none other than Rhodey. Rhodey is a Skrull, and not just a Skrull, but a high-ranking one that has infiltrated the government. We don't really know how long he's been there for. Tells her that she needs to kill Fury, and she's like, no, he's washed up, and she's like, no, you have to kill him, otherwise, I'm gonna
kill you.
Basically, yeah. And so she goes home. Nick's been listening because he's a super spy. They have a face-off at home. They realize they both love each other, but this can't work because I don't know why it can't work, by the way. I don't.
Because she's been lying to him the entire marriage.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, simple.
Okay.
She was almost like she was a double agent for them against him.
Yeah, but she didn't kill him, and he didn't kill her, and he said he would do it all again. Like he still couldn't bring himself to kill her. There are feelings there, so I don't understand why they can't work.
And there are feelings there, but there's no trust there now. Like, I mean,
even this whole, okay. I'll get to. I'm going to get to a rant later on.
So I don't want to. Yeah, I don't want to hold it up, but I don't get it.
Yeah, like two or three different rants we have planned for this episode to continue.
So you're mad. Oh yeah, pick it up now. Continue quickly. Oh yeah, talk. No, I'm listening. Go.
Continue, please.
Anyway, so they have a face-off, realize they can't kill each other, but they can't also be together, so they split up, they go their separate ways. The United States president flies into... before that happens, Fury meets up with Rhodey in Rhodey's hotel, slips Rhodey a drink. In the drink is a tracing liquid. He and Talos trace Rhodey to the motorcade that's welcoming the president to England. And while the president is going to, I take it, maybe number 10 or something, he gets ambushed by Gravik and Gravik's mercenaries. They're trying to take the president, but somehow Nick Fury and Talos thwart it. Talos dies in the ensuing firefight, but Nick Fury is able to get the president in his Jeep, drive off. What did I miss?
You got the bulk of it.
Okay, all right, cool.
You got the bulk of it.
Okay, I remember that. Okay,
I watched this episode twice.
Good, please talk about it.
I needed to gather my thoughts on certain aspects of it. So there's one scene between Talos and his daughter, Gaia. I think near the beginning of the show, and it was basically Gaia saying, "Listen, these guys are angry because Nick Fury did not deliver on the planet. What is your plan? What is your plan to get us a planet?" And Talos' answer is one of the things that make me drive me crazy with this show. His answer is simply boiled down to, if we're nice to the humans, they will help us. They will help us find a planet. That's literally his response, which I found totally delusional. You have...
It's absolutely silly. It's throwing yourself at the mercy of humanity.
Throwing yourself at the mercy of humanity
to make space for you.
No, not even just that. And thinking that they're a nice race.
Yes, that will make space for you and your people.
Yeah.
That's okay. You don't want to come stay here. Let's put them in Australia.
I have something to say about that quickly.
Okay, before you say that.
Yeah.
And then he made a statement that really annoyed me even more when he said, "Show them who we are."
Oh God.
I think, sorry, you might be a nice guy. Your race is it's got equal amounts of assholes as well. So what do you mean show them who we are?
Yeah.
I found that whole
whole
discussion very delusional.
Yes.
On his part of Talos.
That's so bad.
Okay.
And what annoyed me more is because in my mind, and I don't be unfair to the writers, I now have an image of these writers, and unfortunately, and please guys, don't cancel me. I thought it's this crop of new writers where it's all about the feelings. It's all about let's make this nice word. Whether it makes sense in reality or not, whether any human being in a real world situation
would actually do that
would do that. It's relevant. They live in this this fantasy world of where nice words and their feelings count, and it annoys me to no end. And I think that it shows in this writing time and time again. Even that scene with Nick Fury and his wife not shooting each other. It's the same issue. This is not a realistic way of what would happen.
Yeah.
Why is Tunde laughing his head off?
You know what is going to annoy you more is this is Talos' vision of what will happen, and Talos has sacrificed himself for that vision in the end. The series is going to end with humanity accepting the girls into their midst, and Gaia coming to the realization that her father was right. And them living kumbaya happily ever after.
I actually agree. That's exactly what's going to happen. Do you know why I even agree? That scene I'm jumping ahead again now. That scene during the shootout,
Yeah.
where that army
It's
soldier,
an alien. It's an alien.
it's an alien.
No,
And then
he's
no,
with
no, no,
us.
it's
No,
Mohammed.
he's my friend.
And okay, I believe you. I went, oh my god, they're trying to sell this bullshit.
Oh my god.
I'd have put a bullet for the alien instantly.
Yes,
But so let me go back. You've covered the discussion between Nick Fury and Rhodey.
Yeah.
So we now know Nick Fury suspected him already.
Retrospectively, yes.
Retrospectively, so
yeah.
It kind of informs the scene from episode 2.
Yes.
What annoyed me in this scene is why on earth Fury's even walking from that meeting alive, and why is this guy still drinking that stupid whiskey? Even though you
never, I wouldn't even drink Krug 1800 if it's Nick Fury that gives me to drink. Are you having a laugh? It could be poison. It could be anything. No.
You guys, I'm going to say something, and I think you guys are. I mean, because I'm biased against the show, you guys are headcanoning that Nick Fury knew this guy was his cool. I think he found out in this episode during the call.
No, to me, I think I've always said from episode 2, the way we're talking to me didn't make sense.
Yeah. No. One, they gave a really good headcanon for that, and I really like his headcanon. It makes sense that Nick Fury has been, the way he has been talking with everybody, it's been different and exaggerated to try and catch them out, like catch people calling him out on his bullshit. That, oh, you don't talk like that. This is not how you normally behave. And seeing how they react to him in different situations.
Yeah.
It's those that roll along with it being screwed and those that don't. Yeah. So that would have been instantly good writing.
That is what. No, to me, that's what I said. To me, that's what happened in episode 2.
Yeah.
That's why he was talking that way.
Yeah. It would explain a lot, but I'm not going to give them the credit for that. For me, this guy did not find out until this episode, and that writing was simply bad writing. Because they didn't make it clear. Like,
do you have anything to back that up?
Yeah, because this show has been very, what's this thing called? If that was what happened, that would be the only single instance of intelligent subterfuge in this series. The subterfuge and writing this in this series, every single thing that happened has been overt and stupid.
So you're dismissing it because it's intelligent. So hence it can't be part of the show. Right.
I'm saying that, like I said, I'm biased. Because if everything you've been doing in this show has been stupid.
Also, okay, so can I also say something another thing? And to me, this is very important.
Yeah.
Nick, this discussion in episode 2 and the one in this show, for me, also means, and it better be, because then there'll be more stupid. It means that Rhodey is a new takeover as a Skrull rather than an old one.
It's an old one.
It can't. If it's an old one, it makes no sense. One, the discussion makes no sense because he would have known the cadence of how to speak to Fury. If it's an old takeover, then that trick will not work.
Feige confirmed it.
When did Feige confirm it?
He mentioned that there was a news article when they are last week or so that we don't know how long it has been that this guy has been a Skrull. He has been that they've told him for a long time that he's playing a Skrull, and that what's his name? Don Cheadle has been playing a Skrull for a while, and he has been inserting that in his body language in the previous appearances he has had.
Okay, so to me, okay, and this is why I hate when they try to wreck conflict at the back. Why did he not turn into Skrull form when he was unconscious? When he had that injury in was it Civil War?
Yeah, It was
after that.
War, it depends on it could have happened after that. It could have happened just before they went to Wakanda for the first time. Civil War was a long time ago.
A very long time ago.
Yeah. So actually, So if it's after that, I'm actually even more comfortable because that was my. I went back to look at all my appearances of Rhodey, where there's a lot of interaction. If it's just after that, then it's even better because then that was too maybe he had not had much interaction with Nick Fury.
Oh no, he had much interaction with Fury post that because his new role he credited it to Fury.
Nick Fury had gone for 5 years.
This new role, no, after Civil War and before Infinity War, this new role
Yeah.
that Rhodey has during the discussion in the cafe last episode, in episode 2.
Yeah.
Rhodey said it was Nick Fury that put him there. Like it was due to Nick Fury's influence he got to that position. That's what Nick Fury was alluding to in that conversation.
Yeah, but when did he get that position?
Way after that, like it wasn't in that position as of Civil War. It wasn't an assistant to the president.
Yeah, it wasn't even that position during Endgame.
We don't know what he was doing.
He was the Avengers guy. Remember, and he was talking to that general. You know when they came back from Endgame and when Captain America and the team came back and he kind of cut them off. He was the so to me that's even better because that means maybe he's been a scroll. It could be a scroll for a year, 2 years, which is still okay for me. But if they tell me he's a scroll and they tell me from when Iron Man 2, I'll have big issues. I would have had big issues. Anyway.
Okay.
Yeah.
So so to me, my biggest issue is going to be I want to know exactly when, because then I'll whether I have issues with these guys or not. Oh, by the way, Fury and his wife.
Yeah.
That whole relationship, in my mind, is not earned. I don't feel anything about it. This whole great love they have for each other.
Beloved. Nonsense.
Yeah. The whole thing, they're trying to do the feels within 20 minutes, not even 20 minutes, like 15 minutes of this episode. That story about when she explained why she picked the person she's going to take over, and she was telling Nick Fury, I'm thinking, hang on, why are you telling this guy this for the first time now? That made no sense. You know, they've been married for how long?
And in the hands of a better writer, that would have worked. Like, you can write a love story in 10 minutes and make everybody invested in the characters.
Yeah, but
in less than 10 minutes. But in what they did here, they didn't do that here.
Did not buy at all, and it really annoyed me. And I found that whole thing cringe. If I'm being honest,
it was cringe. It was really it was one of the worst. Like the moment when they both pointed their guns at each other and then shot themselves and then they're shooting the walls. I mean, I hated that scene deeply.
Oh, okay. Let me ask you a question. You're dying in the hospital, right? This alien walks in and says, "Oh yeah, I can change into your body. I'm gonna be taking over your life." And you go, "Oh, that's great. Oh yeah, be a good son to my dad, be a good son to my mom." Is that how you respond? And then she also said, "Please make sure you don't hurt Nick Fury." This guy doesn't even know Nick Fury. Why would you care? I just found the whole story. Oh, so Kekes, I think you got a point of view on this.
Yeah, I think I missed something there. To be honest, I don't.
You didn't miss anything. It was
I don't understand. I don't understand what she said. Did she? I don't understand. Did she say don't hurt Nick Fury in particular?
Yes. No, not Nick Fury in particular. It was like the school girl told her why she wanted to.
Yeah.
Take it. Oh, because I want to seduce this guy and fall in love with this guy, but I want to use somebody to do it.
She said,
and then she did direct. And yeah, you can use my body to fall in love with this guy, but don't hurt him.
Why did she tell the person? Why did she tell the person that she was going to take over her life that this is what I want to do?
Because she's a good person.
Okay, this is what I'm trying to say. Okay, so let's say you go to I don't know, a hospice or a cancer ward of someone that's about to die, a black lady. You can absorb the lady's memories, kill the lady, get rid of the body, and then pretend to be someone who is a cancer survivor instead of telling the lady. And then, it was just something to make us empathize.
She has concept. She got
concept. Exactly, to make us empathize with this double agent or this spy who.
Now, are you telling me the people that wrote this shit wrote an intelligent Nick Fury in episode 2?
I want to ask a question now. Why did she take over the person's? Why did she take over this person? Because I assumed.
Because she's fine.
No. But she met Nick Fury in 2000 and whatever as a Skrull. So Nick knows she's a Skrull. Why did she need this person's memories?
No, she didn't need the memories, did she?
Why did she need this? Okay, so
her life.
Her life. Why did she need this person's life?
Why, I don't know.
No, so
What?
I guess it's easier if somebody's alive and they got documented, got a passport. You don't have to do all that trouble of creating a fake ID. So I guess
But Nick can create it for her. No, what I mean is when they first met, she was a scroll that was on Earth that was going to, because when they met, she had the scroll face. She was an alien. Nick knew she was an alien, right? Okay, fine. Why did she need this lady that was dying's life?
Nick didn't know it's her. She's a double agent. Nick never knew she was a scroll until this episode.
No.
So yes.
No. Totally wrong. But when they met, when she was young, he said that. That's why before I was on your side, but there's one scene when she was younger. It goes,
when they met in a bar or something. I thought
this your new face. He made a comment.
Oh God, I remember that face now.
Yeah, I thought she knew that she was a scroll. So I must be missing something here. Because if you were a scroll and the person knew you were a scroll, why did you have to steal somebody else's life?
Well, I think she tried to say that she picked the face that he could fall in love with. That's how it works.
So if you pick the face, why do you need the person's life story? You can just pick a babe's face on the road
background. To fit the background now. To get
and so
you don't need a passport. Nick is a spy that can get you all this stuff now.
She's an independent lady. She gets that stuff herself.
It's easier that way. She just inserts herself in that person's life. She even made it.
No. That one is more risky integrating yourself into somebody's life because something can go wrong.
Yeah, but she made a comment that this lady had kept herself away from parents. She kept the sick.
No.
That it kept her disease.
Why do you need to integrate it? Why do you need?
So they can give you this emotional story, this emotional story. If they didn't do that, you would see this beautiful story.
You are from Scrollers, so you cannot say that. Oh, Nick, as you are chopping vegetables. When I was growing up in Cincinnati, it's like, but you are an alien now. Why are you now using fake life to bamboozle me? I know you now. Okay.
An additional corollary. Nick Fury is a super spy, right? He has enemies that will be tracking for everything in his life, especially his relationships, under G and all of that.
Yes.
So whoever is going to marry is going to be vetted properly, as in at the highest levels. I'm just canoning by shield, by whatever.
Yeah, but we never even knew now. I don't think anybody apart from Maria Hill knew that. Or
nobody
knew.
Mentioned it to we don't know if anybody else knew.
Yeah, but the
this guy knew. Roddy knew.
The top people know though.
And they would have vetted him. So for that kind of vetting to pass muster, assuming they are competent, it had to be an unassailable ID that she had. That this person can definitely not be a scroll.
Okay, so they now had that conversation today for the first time. After
that makes sense.
This person, I stole her life back how many years ago? He never asked that. This face that you're everywhere. I said, did you see it on the bus? Like, did you see it at in a model shoot or something?
It trusted her. Yeah. Love is powerful. Even for the Fury, the paranoid spy.
To me, this show. I'm not going to talk about the last car attack sequence, which was moronic, badly shot, badly sequenced, no common sense. This show is a show for me of somebody who had a great idea. I say great idea. Oh, this is what's going to happen, high level, and then was passed over to other people to execute. And the execution is just terrible. And the problem with what you're nothing more is, I could see where they could have fixed all these things. Where it could have been really good, really great. And it's even more annoying for that fact that they didn't do all of these things. It really winds me up.
Let's talk about the sequence that was badly shot and badly.
Do we have to?
Yeah, we should. I mean, we should. If we're going to grade it, particularly based on this, and we all have a gripe with it, I think we should explain why.
It's the worst action sequence I've seen in a very long time. It's one of the most. It's not worst. It's one of the most stupid action sequences I've seen in a long time. The president of the United States lands in an empty airfield.
Yes.
No air support, no air cover. He's driving through a field, and guys with two helicopters and 3 cars come in and attack This is not a local government chairman in Lagos. A local government chairman in Lagos has more security than that. This is the president of the United States, for goodness sake. And no air support.
Let me tell you something. You
nothing.
can't. Let me tell you something. You can't even take Oluomo. What's his name? You can't even catch
MC
Oluomo.
Oluomo, the area boy chairman, the
You can't even
top.
take Oluomo like that.
You can't take him like this.
Even the insertion of Carlos and Nick Fury, how they joined
It
in,
was
nothing makes sense.
Like
nothing
so
makes
this is so let's explain to people. So the motorcade of the US
from the beginning, from the beginning, the UN summons the president of the US to come to UK to come and explain why a terrorist blew up Russia. So they summon the president of the US to come and give explanation, like it's not a schoolboy in UK. As no, that logic alone is completely retarded. So he's coming in. He doesn't land in Heathrow Airport. He doesn't land in Gatwick. He lands in an abandoned airfield. And we have 4 motorcade 4 cars to escort him.
No air cover.
No air cover, nothing.
Nothing.
And he drives. They attack him. Nick Fury comes out from nowhere. The people attacking him don't have enough people to surround the perimeter and like to blockade the entire attack. They said, okay, we use superior firepower. They didn't blockade everywhere. Nick Fury just casually drives through. He gets there before the military support gets to him, to this thing, because they called for help. And no military aid. You're muted.
To be fair, he was behind them, so he was at a distance.
And then he comes in with 2 guns. Like he has a pistol, and it's with that pistol he uses to overwhelm the guys.
He has a rocket launcher as well. He uses the rocket launcher to take out this thing. Now this is. I mean,
and he escapes.
There are lots and lots of stupid parts of this because, I mean, I don't know how somebody can write something like this in 2023 that the US president is taken just like that. I mean, at some point it's just like you expect what's his name to show up, Liam Neeson, to say they're going to take you. You're going to do something. I mean, it's ridiculous. So Nick Fury. Now this is what I don't understand. So Nick Fury joins the US, the US president's motorcade or his defenders, right? Yes. With Talos. And those ones don't even light him up. Like it was just a bunch of amateurs.
Yeah, exactly.
He drives up, brings out his what's it called? His rocket launcher, takes out the graphics helicopters, and then Gravik and his team. There's like a shootout basically, both on opposite sides. They're shooting, and then somehow by the end of that sequence, Gravik has taken over the face of a soldier, of a US soldier, and is on the US side of things.
Yes.
How did he get there?
I've watched that scene 3 or 4 times. I can't work it out. Honestly, because I thought maybe I blinked and there was something that happened that
he's somehow, and he's carrying Talos now, who's been shot by him.
Yeah.
Somehow, by some coincidence, he's the one who shoots Talos as well, and then.
Sorry, it's almost like there was the guy. The guy was helping Talos to shot Talos was a human, and somehow he
this guy took him over. Yes, that's what happened.
Without anybody
clocking. Oh gosh, okay.
Yeah, it's.
I mean, it's the fog of war. Nobody was really paying attention. Everybody was shooting each other. There was a lot of mass confusion everywhere. And so that's when it happened.
Let me tell you.
Are you done? Are you done?
Long story short, Nick gets away with the president of the United States.
By himself.
By himself.
And the president.
All the Secret Service are dead. All the
soldiers that came out
shooting, Gravik. My God.
Right. Okay. Sorry. Please, guys. I shouldn't say this, but this is so bad that if that guy gets residues of $200. It's $200 too much he has. You know what?
Oh, it's so good. Yeah. So what do we want to rate this one? I want to retrospectively re-rate episode 2. I think I gave episode 2 2. Because I couldn't believe how bad the dialogue between Rhodey and Fury was, and that was said. Can I finish? And that was said that no, it's today. Today. That was said that that Nick knew that Rhodey was a scroll. I said that's not possible. I thought he was giving them too much credit. The writers too much credit.
You are giving the writers too much credit
now. Case. So I will go from a 2 to a 2.7. I'm a fair man. So that's for episode 2. This episode, on the other hand, too much issues. I think I'm trying to think of the things I liked in this episode. I'm coming up really, I'm struggling. I think I like the fact that the Skrull who impersonated Rhodey is a female. That's interesting. I think I don't like a lot. I don't like a lot. I don't
you
like
liked more from Zack Snyder's Justice League.
The what?
You liked more from Zack Snyder's Justice League.
Yeah, that was a 4-hour film. Now this is a 23 series. Yeah, I'm gonna have to give this a 1.8. Yeah, it's a 1.8 for me. It's rather low. It is Miss Marvel territory.
Worse. Significantly worse.
It's not worse than Miss Marvel.
I'm saying it's worse than Miss Marvel.
It's not. Calm down.
Miss Marvel was coherent.
It's not coherent. It wasn't.
Okay.
Especially the last episode, it made no sense. Okay, so that's it. 1.8 for me. You guys?
For me, I think you are still giving the writers too much credit, and I refuse to give them that credit that Nick Fury knew. I think he didn't know. I think he found out in this episode because they know. I can't give them that credit. It's too smart for them to come up with that decision based on every other decision they've made. You can't tell me they made one single right decision in an entire series. Nope. It's a 0.5 for me. It's one of the worst episodes of TV I've seen in a long time. Every single thing. You guys even forgot to mention Gia waking up from this date after this guy shot her. After Gavin shot her in the beginning of with extremists.
We just give up.
No, you're giving it 1.8 as if no, it deserves it. Please.
So what was this? So in this episode, we saw a flashback of her getting those powers, right? As well.
Yes, we saw the flashback of how she got the powers. How she snuck into the cave, turned on the machine for herself. A machine she mysteriously knew how to operate by herself and got extremist powers.
Yeah. Right. So this show is nowhere near Miss Marvel. Miss Marvel is way better. This episode
is not.
It's way better.
It is not better.
You had your say.
It doesn't matter. When you're saying that, I have to step in. It isn't.
It is way better.
I've been scoring the last 2 episodes. I think I gave one 3.5. I think I gave 2 around the same.
They've been mostly threes.
I think I dropped it. I dropped it a bit for episode 3. This one, I cannot honestly give it a pass mark. I wanted to give it 2.5, but in all honesty, the more I think about it, I can't. This is not a pass mark. I'm gonna have to give this episode a 2.
A 2.
5. Yes.
What's the 2 for? For what?
So they give it to you.
No, I'm just asking. What's the 2? What was the 2 for?
Wait, is it your score?
It's not your score.
Where you gave 0.5. Did I affect you? No, I'm giving it 2.
No. I'm just asking.
It's bad.
What was good about it? I really want to. I genuinely want to know.
2 is a fail now. 2 is a fail mark.
It got something.
Yeah.
Okay, so what was your score?
He gave it now. Didn't just give it. He gave it. I thought he said 0.5.
No, yes, no, yeah, no.
I gave 0.5.
Yeah, 0.5. Oh, sorry, I missed that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
He's this guy. He said 0.5.
You know what? I want to increase mine because 0.5 is just.
I will reduce mine if you increase your own.
Okay, I'll give it a 5. I'll give it a 5. That's okay.
Yeah, I think this was objectively the episode I can say is a bad episode with almost no reservations.
Yeah. So that no real
Quality.
redeeming qualities in this one. Okay, so let's move on to My Adventures with Superman.
Oh wait, sorry, Kekes, I still have one question to ask you about this episode, this show in general. Remember, I said we are still going to get one good episode. Do you still think that's possible?
I think this week we
the
might get
next
it this week.
episode will
I
be
think we
really
might get
good.
it. Yeah.
Okay. I'll remind you next week.
Yeah, I think so.
I like how you're just introducing this episode when I ask the question.
Yeah. No, let's. I want to believe it's yes. Oh, okay. So moving on to My Adventures with Superman, episode 3 dropped, and we had introductions to some more villains. So, Tunde, have you seen this one?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. So we get introduced to Mist, I think Roundhouse or Powerhouse, and Banshee. Is it Silver Banshee? Is her name?
Silver Banshee.
Yeah, all been kind of revamped, made younger, kind of in keeping with the young and youthful theme or visuals of the series. We also had the introduction of Lombard, Grant, and what's his name? Ronnie. Well, her name, Ronnie Troop, is from the comic books, but in this case, Ronnie has been changed to a female. Doesn't really hurt anything. It's still the same gender. It's still the same race. It's just a different gender. It doesn't really hurt anything though. So yeah, this episode is, I think it was called My Interview with Superman, and it just basically is an episode with Lois trying to get an interview with Superman because she's been rescued by him, and she wants to get the scoop. Although she's an intern, so she's just hustling all over town, trying to get herself trying to get into where dangerous things are happening and screaming to get his attention. At the end of the series, basically, at the end of the episode, I should say, she does get an interview with him for what it's worth. It's a really short one. But yeah, that's it. I think that's the whole 20 minutes of the episode. Tunde, what did you think about the episode?
I think it's okay.
Do you want to beat yourself?
This show has become a bit of a nothing show for me. It's a good time waster, but nothing really exciting for me. Basically, like I'm not connecting with the story that much. The storyline is too basic. It's just not for me. Let me just put it like that. But I can see it's like I mentioned last week. I can see it's good for those who it's intended for, which is preteens, basically, anime for preteens.
Yeah, I enjoyed this episode even more than the first two. I like the opening theme. It kind of reset my expectations. To be fair, I think I'm liking it a little bit more. The interactions a bit more. Maybe because I now feel like I know the characters. But yeah, like today said, it's. I still think it's going to get much better, and I can see glimpses. The voice work, of course, is good. You just have to let go of the fact that they still go with the moronic trope of Lois cannot differentiate Clark Kent from Superman when he changes. It's absolutely ridiculous in this time and age that we live in, but it is what it is. But yeah, that one you watched episode 1 and 2. I know you haven't seen 3, but I think you liked it even more than Tunde and I did last week. I think we gave it maybe 2.5 or something.
So okay. So I think my score might be around that then. I just
okay. We didn't hate it.
Okay. For some reason, I don't know why I got the feeling that you guys did not like it at all. So I went in expecting disaster, and so I guess I was pleasantly surprised. Oh, okay, it's okay. I enjoyed this.
Oh, okay.
Not too long. So I think my score will be around that same mark, around 2.5.
Okay.
Level.
So for episode 3, I'm gonna go with a 2.7. It was a little bit better than the previous one. I enjoyed it a little bit more. The length helps it, and at the same time it doesn't, because it's so bite-sized that you can watch it while doing anything. It's like super short, but then it starts and ends before you know it. So I don't know if that's a redeeming quality. It's good and it's bad. But I can't wait for stuff to start happening beyond just one episode. I can't wait for storylines to start stretching over 3 episodes where maybe Clark is in trouble or something happens. But yeah, 2.7. Today, episode 3.
I also mentioned my 2.5. You are right. It's what's this thing called? The interactions are a bit more interesting to watch, but I can't still get over the plotting and the anime tropes that just signal that this is not a show I would really enjoy that much going forward. But I like the kind-heartedness of the Superman there. It's not something we've seen in recent times. But 2.5.
Okay, cool. Right. So let us move to, speaking of Superman news and Superman, let's move to Superman's favorite person on the planet, and that is Lois Lane. So, guys, I think we said we wanted to have a conversation about the Lewises that we've gotten over the years, what we think about them, rate them individually, based on their contributions to Superman, to the Superman mythos, to the Superman story, to the Superman character in the respective medium or movies or TV that they've appeared in. And then what are our expectations and hopes for Rachel Brosnahan in Superman Legacy? Let's kick this off. So, George Reeves, Lois Lane. Who cares? I don't even know what the woman looks like. I do not know. I don't know a thing about this person. So we just want to say, yeah, whoever you are, lady, thank you for your contributions, but nobody cares. And then moving on to the one that I think a lot of us for the longest time was the definitive Lois Lane. Maybe not you today. I think maybe the train had passed you by then. But certainly for that one, I think. I mean, this was someone that Margot Kidder was someone that I could have picked out. I could have picked out on the street. I'm like, oh yeah, that woman looks like Lois Lane.
She was a bully.
Yes, but Clark was such a wimp. But she also to me introduced, and I'm doing this in air quotes, the abrasive female journalist trope that has become a thing. That in order for you to be good at your job, as an investigative journalist, you almost have to be that kind of annoying. Before Veronica Mars came along, I was like, if you have to like find out stuff, you have to be annoying, Sha. She was rude, she was brash, she didn't care about him, she didn't listen to Perry, she did what she wanted. I mean, she appeared in 4 Superman movies, and each one I was like, oh God, do you have to catch her when she falls off a building? Just for once, come off face. Like the world would not, nobody would blame you, particularly in Superman 4, where I think there was a younger female character that was introduced, because I think Margaret Kidder she was older than Christopher Reeve, so they had started to kind of age her out then, which is the misogyny of old-timey Hollywood. It's like this now, let's be honest. Dapo, what were your thoughts on Margaret Kidder's Lois Lane?
Did not like her.
Yeah.
From the very get-go.
Yeah.
I didn't think she fit. I mean, I was already a Superman fan, so I know Lois Lane from comics. Didn't really like her. Sorry, I didn't mind the actress. I just didn't like the portrayal of Lois Lane.
Of course.
Yeah, it did nothing. It did nothing for me. She was just there to play Lois Lane. I didn't like it. True, I really not got a lot to say about it. I just know that I was like totally meh about it.
Oh, I did not like her at all. I think I was a bit more passionate about it, because I was like, she treated Clark like absolute shit, treated Jimmy like shit, but dotted on Superman like crazy. So for the longest time, it kind of colored my perception of Margot Kidder. God rest her soul, and all the later stuff that she went through later in life. But great respect to the actress. She was an amazing actress.
So can we? Are you trying to say? Can we say that?
Yeah,
Christopher Reeve's Lois Lane was an example of toxic femininity.
Save that for your podcast, Dapo. But yes.
I know, that's a hot take. Is a hot take, fresh out of the oven.
But yes,
I think she was that way. I think she was that way because at the time it was felt that a woman could not be powerful and
Yeah,
good at
yeah,
her
yeah,
job
yeah,
without being a bitch.
yeah.
So maybe,
Yeah, exactly. That's exactly what they did. Yes,
yeah,
exactly what they did.
product
I
of the
think,
time.
yeah, I think it was a what's this thing called? It was a good representation of women. No, no, good. Let me not say good representation.
That's
But like,
yeah.
how I put it now, it gave
I
people something to aspire to, like an independent, successful female journalist. In that it was like the kiss, the Star Trek kiss that everybody was shouting about. That this is it's epic of that century. That this is something great. But now it's okay. It's a regular thing. It's something we see normally, so it's not put in that high regard. It's just like, what's the word for this?
Revolutionary. It's something to
I don't want
aspire
to
to.
use
Inspiring.
revolution. Kind of, because like, yeah, seeing, I can imagine. I'm older than that. I'm younger than that, but I can imagine in that time period, you don't have a lot of female journalists independently on TV.
Yeah, that were so
yeah, but
clearly good at
okay.
their jobs or depicted
Correct.
as being very good
Yeah,
at their jobs,
on their
being
jobs.
fearless. She had a lot of good qualities I can imagine that people like, young kids and young ladies would have
Yeah,
aspired to. It's just as it was just she was not the most wholesome woman, but as a professional, I
yeah,
don't think there was anyone more consummate than
yeah.
you know
And
than
yeah, what I'm looking for, it's even back then. I don't think
Marquez.
the things we'll consider toxic now. Back then, they were not considered that way. I'm not sure.
Of course not. That was the
Yeah,
70s. Yeah, people were
Yeah,
still smoking
yeah,
in airplanes. Yeah, I
yeah.
mean that.
Let's be very clear. Back
Yeah,
then, her portrayal was seen as, oh, this is very good portrayal for a woman, a strong woman who's doing what men
yeah.
do.
That's what I was
The,
looking
the
for.
qualities admired in men, she has it. Those
yeah.
qualities, whether a man or woman nowadays, is not seen as such a great thing. But yeah, back then it was.
Okay, cool. So, what do we want to give Michael Kidder's Lewis? We'll give out a
Let's
5.
leave her at the bottom for now.
Okay. So we don't want to
That
give
since we are
Lois. We want to give
ranking,
position. Yeah. Okay.
yeah.
So, but she's literally the only one now. So she's first and last.
That's going up. Either the rest will
Okay.
either go up higher or lower than her.
Okay.
Yeah, okay.
So Terry Hatcher is probably the next one I can remember. Right. So we're talking about the 90s now. From The Adventures of Lewis and Clark. I loved this woman. I thought she was absolutely smashing. I thought she was beautiful. And she was a Lewis. I was like, she's tough, she's good at her job, but there was a bit of humanity, and she was funny as well. So, right up there for me, right up there. I mean, right now she's top of the board. Today, did you watch Superman and Lewis, The Adventures of Superman and Lewis?
I did. I watched it. I liked her. I think she was. I mean, I was making fun of her earlier before the show started, but I actually liked Teriacha a lot. How would I put that? I still remember episodes of the show vividly, of actions in episodes of the show very vividly. So it's like, yeah, she redeemed the image of Lois Lane for me from the Margot Kidder era of Lois Lane.
Yeah.
Because I think I watched the Margot Kidder movies first before I jumped onto the TV
I hope
shows.
so.
I mean, all of them were before my time. So
what do you mean by before your time? You were not born by
by
1999
the
or
time
whatever.
I started watching them,
By the time you were allowed to watch TV.
yes, exactly.
Today, how old were you in 1999?
In 1990,
Today's talking like today. No, listen now. He's trying to. Okay, was 2 years old.
Yeah, but he was young. I'm sure he was young then anyway.
I was young then. I was a small boy then.
So you did have TV. Okay. All right, no problem. That one,
But
Terry.
I think Terry was the reason I grew up with. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So Terry. This might sound a bit harsh. Terry is the only Lois Lane that I like, both in film, animation, in the comics itself.
Okay.
She's
never.
Sorry.
So she's the only one you probably hear me say a good word about in relation to Lois Lane. So for me, she's way up there. She's we'll come to the ranking in a minute, but she's way up there for me. Without a shadow of a doubt.
One thing that I have against Terry is how stupid they had to make her be in terms of figuring out Superman is Clark Kent. because the show was a TV show and it ran on for many seasons. There were so many hijinks and these things that just made her look incredibly stupid.
Yep.
So that's the only thing I would take away from Terry.
No, but sorry, this applies to almost every other one on
exactly.
No, not everyone.
Apart from Amy Adams.
No, only because they had one film, and they didn't have to drag it out. So
no, sorry. In MOS. Now remember, it's not just the sequence of events, but it's also the circumstances, right? She searched out the flying man. Did the investigate. So it's not like Superman saved her. She saw his face, and then Clark came into the office, because Clark came into the office at the end of the movie.
Yeah.
So it's not like she saw the two of them at some point. I was like, who is this man of super that flies?
Exactly. Yeah.
So let's give
let me put it like this.
Yeah.
Of all the Lois Lane there, she's the one that went the longest without figuring out who Superman was.
I can't remember that, because I do remember that. I do remember when they were engaged. I do remember when they got married. I don't know how long it took.
It took a very long time.
Okay.
A very long time. Because I still remember some hijinks later on. Was it like season 3 or 4? And the way it would be so incredibly stupid that this is Clark Kent, this is Superman, blah blah blah. Oh, Clark Kent switch super bodies with Superman. This is
I'm not
many.
going to hold against that at all. At all.
Yeah.
It's
not even an issue for me at all.
Yeah.
And also because that era, that was
that was the show.
Yes. That was the kind of TV we were also watching then.
Yeah, it was. But like, what's this thing called? That was one of the biggest questions as a kid when watching Superman. I would be like, and now it's not that hard for you to. It's the same person. Like, why? It was when I started nitpicking shoes, and I remember this was one of the first nitpicks I had. Like, no, now it's the same person. Like, come off it, please. It's so obvious.
Yeah, that's fair enough. I mean, I was a big fan of the show. I mean, it was the show that actually made, for the first time, I got a cool Clark that was cooler than Superman.
Yes.
He was way cooler than Superman. Like, he had his hair was nice and long. He was a cool guy. But as Superman, he was now slicking back, and he was just like, what is this goofy Superman that doesn't have muscles? Okay, so that's Terry. So Terry leading now. And then let's move to animated series. So this is the only animated one that we're going to talk about now. So, and I'm talking about the Timverse, right? The Bruce Timm universe cartoons that we used to watch, which had Superman, and I don't have anything to say about her. I'm almost go on.
I don't like her.
She was
every other lady in the show. I prefer them with Superman than her.
Yeah.
When Lana came on the show, I preferred Lana.
I've always preferred Lana, to be honest.
Yeah.
I've always preferred Lana.
Yeah, I agreed. Generally, I've always preferred Lana.
That one. Do you have anything to say about Timverse?
No, I know the character. Didn't like her either.
Yeah, I think the only episode, the only one I liked her was the Superman and Batman movie that they did.
I didn't like her there.
Where I liked her because Batman, she was getting along with Batman and Bruce Wayne anyway. And Bruce Wayne was like, man, I could chop your bill.
That is why that's the genesis of my hate for this character.
Okay.
She messed up.
This guy get money now. Superman don't get money now. Okay. All right. So animated Lois. Do we put her above Marukida or below Marukida for you today?
Below.
Wow. Are you serious? Marukida before her?
Okay. No. Oh no. Above Marukida, please.
Okay. So better than Margot. Okay. That one.
But not as good as Terry, yeah.
Never.
For me, same level as Margot. So you're gonna put her above. I don't want to.
Wow. The word is not enough. Okay, cool. Erica Durant. So today you have to take this one because surprisingly, I never watched Smallville. I caught a couple of episodes on telly, but I was never like a Smallville person. I like the song. And it had a kick-ass soundtrack. Like, it had like good songs. I remember the first time I heard "Walking in Memphis" by Bruce Springsteen was I think it was the Flash episode or something. So there were it was the one that he met Perry White. I like the episode that I know the episode that he met Flash. I know the episode that he met Aquaman. You know, there were some episodes that I watched, but I was just never like a Smallville person. So, and I think was Lois supposed to be older than him in that one?
Yes,
she was. Yeah, I think she was already working when
she was working already. Yeah.
So you guys have to tell me about Erica Durance. I don't have a say one way or another. Was she a
She was a
Lois?
babe. She was a babe.
I don't know. Was she as much? I think Chloe was much of a big. Like Chloe is the one that I used to look at like, man, this baby's fine.
No, Chloe was fine, but Chloe was girl next door fine.
Chloe was best friend type.
Yeah, true.
She was a hottie from the big city. True. That's basically what she was.
Yeah.
True. You know, it's like somebody from Lagos who went to Akure.
Shout out to all our Akure listeners. This is like when Diaby was at Wigan and he was like, Wigan doesn't have 5 names. I was like, you said this in the club you're playing for, bad guy. Okay, so did she actually add anything to your vibe about Lois? Like,
she's okay.
Yeah.
For me, she's okay.
I like that because here's the thing. Okay. Compared to the other Lois, most of the other Loises we had, she actually got on really well with Clark.
That's a very key point. She respected him.
She respected Clark at first. She wasn't like, oh, I'm Clark because I'm fancying the blow. She actually respected that. And she had a bit more agency than most.
And she had a what?
A bit more agency.
Okay.
Than most.
Okay.
So she was actually actively involved in other stuff in the show as well, doing things and all of that. Yeah. She was even. Yeah. So it wasn't just there like that. So
it wasn't just like I'm going to fall off a building, catch me now.
Oh no, she was not that whole.
Okay. Exactly. She wasn't like the damsel in distress playing throughout the entire series. She had her own stuff going on as well.
Wow.
So and then guess how she figured out Clark is Superman?
How?
She kissed him.
Oh my god. I hate dumb shit like this.
Which annoyed the hell out of me.
Wait. So when she kissed him as I'm putting air quotes as Superman, what was he? Was he masked up or something?
No, so Smallville had this very ridiculous idea of Superman vibrating his face.
So you can't see his face.
So
when he was vibrating his face, did she kiss him vibrating his face?
You're thinking too much.
Oh my god. Okay. So where do you want to put Erica Durance? So right now, this is your list. You have Terry Hatcher leading, animated Lois, and then you have Margot Kidder.
For me, she goes under Terry, above the rest. So today you disagree?
I'm not sure. I don't want to put on that theory, but she was in the show. Like the season she was in Smallville was like really bad TV shows.
So you would put her lower?
I want to put her on the same level with Terry.
Okay.
Huh? Okay. With Terry Hatcher?
Yes.
I mean, I know. No, I can't agree. I cannot agree. For where? Not in a million years.
You know what? This is the most emphatic that I've heard that one. I cannot put this at the same. I'm sorry. I'm going to put her below Terry Hatcher today. Just take this one. Read the next one. I got you.
No. I won't argue this one too much. I won't argue this one too much because Terry Hatcher had a really good run on the TV show.
Yeah.
And she was the main character of that TV show. She came in season 5 and was a side character. Yeah.
That's a big one though. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I won't really argue, but
okay.
On the same level. Let's go on.
Okay, so after Erica, I want to move as chronologically as possible. So Kate Bosworth. So Kate Bosworth was Lois in the in Superman Returns. Yes. A movie which to me much maligned because I actually like that film. I mean, it's not the Superman blockbuster that I would have. And I won't forget, I actually took a girl out on a date in that film, and she yapped the film, and I was like, I hate this girl. I was fuming. Oh my god!
And that's how I never met your mother.
Oh my gosh! So Kate Bosworth, I thought she was all right in this film. I'll be honest. Unfortunately, she got one movie, but she was the mother of his kid. I thought she was okay. I thought she did some investigating in this one. She did have a cigarette. She had a smoking habit, and we had a creepy sort of stalkerish Superman. I feel like I'm trying to defend her here. Today, did you watch this movie?
I watched the movie.
It feels like you have nothing to say.
No, I have something to say. I have a lot to say. You won't like where I'm going to put this one.
Aww.
Like, she's like Margot Kidder, but worse.
Bottom of the barrel.
Bottom of the barrel, because she's one of the our relationships with. She did this guy's strong thing. What's his name? The son-in-law.
Oh God Almighty!
James Marsden.
Remind me of that.
Yes.
Yeah, she did.
Like, oh my God! Like, why?
Like dirt.
Yeah.
No.
That guy was Cyclops. That guy left the franchise for you. That guy left the whole last franchise for you.
And then you just nah. She's bottom of the barrel for me. Like, she's the worst. And she doesn't have the excuse of being set in the 70s to be as terrible as she is in person. So no.
Okay. That one. Agreed.
I'll go today. Yeah.
All right. Okay. I'll go with majority. on this one. So wow. So let me just to reiterate. So we have Terry, we have Erica, we have Margot Kidder and animated Lewis on the same level. And then we have
animated is
okay.
Because slightly higher than Margot.
Okay, let's do that then. That's fine.
I'll agree with that as well.
Okay. My bad. Because I'm trying to consolidate this. Okay, so after Kate Bosworth, then we had Amy Adams. So Amy Adams is Zack Snyder's Lois Lane. So is it weird that I'm beefing this woman or this Lois Lane for something she didn't do? I'm beefing her because she slept with Batman and they had a kid. And this never even happened. Like Zack Snyder wrote was like, man, it was like this was his pitch, like this was his story. She and Superman dies, she and Batman get together, they hook up, she born Batman PK, Superman raise up, something stupid like that. And I was really vexed for the woman. But it's not her fault because
to be fair, that's the exact reason I'm vexing for animated Louis Superman. And I think now that I'm thinking about it, I might put animated Louis Superman below Margot Kidder. I think Margot Kidder never cheated on Superman with Batman.
Amy Adams. Dapo, what do you think about Amy Adams?
Nothing. Totally, I've got no feelings for her. Totally meh. I think my perception of the whole film is coloured by a lot of my. I won't say annoyances about the choices made in that film generally. And she was a big part of those choices as well. I didn't really hate her, but again, I'm totally meh about her. So I go with, as long as she's not above Erica at the moment, I'll go with any way you want to put her.
I'm going to defend her a bit.
Okay.
I'm going to defend her because
let's hear it.
Because
remember, Batman got her pregnant. But carry on.
Yes, but no, like this Batman got her pregnant later. But she figured out who he was. She backtracked this flying man. She put in the work. Like we actually saw an investigative journalist investigating. Okay, sorry.
And honestly, that actually annoyed me.
Why?
Not because she did it, because I thought anybody with half a brain could have figured it out. That's whole no.
That's
I would disagree with that.
Harsh.
Anybody who went to that Smallville will find out.
No, but that's the thing. Before she got to Smallville, she had to go around the world interviewing people that this guy had saved.
Wow,
Wait, sorry. One, that was again. This whole the film to me tried to over them way. Why do you have to go around the world to find a story about flying people? You could have sat at your desk and got all those stories the same. But
No, like
I
it
will
agreed
argue.
with what she said.
I will argue too much with you guys. Carry on.
Yeah.
You want to put it where you want to. I have no feelings towards that at all.
Yeah. Because like I think that particular scene, she's the only one that showed me, oh, this is an investigation.
She has gumption. Yes.
Every other
does the
person
job.
on the list, they tell us that, oh, she's an
does,
investigative
yeah.
reporter.
Yeah,
I mean,
it does
Seriata and Margot Kidder could not spell, for goodness sake. But this is the only one that they tell us that, oh, she is an investigative reporter. She is an award-winning, and the process like, oh, she figured out this person. It was well done.
I'm even thinking about her monologuing, because you know she would have monologues in this thing where you are basically reading what she's writing, and she's like, who is this man? You know, I'm gonna rate her. I'm gonna give, and I like Amy Adams. I think she's a fantastic actress. I think she's
fantastic,
amazing actress. I think this is the only redhead Lois that we even got as well. So okay, where do we put her? So Erica Durant's where? Above or below Erica Durant? Let's start with that.
For me, below. But
I'm not talking about who you want to have your children.
Amy Adams above Erica.
I agree, but I don't know Erica Durant's. I didn't watch Smallville enough. That boy, are you okay with that?
I'm not okay with it. I disagree. But if you vote for it, then
I'm supporting Tunde.
Okay, fine. So
Today, are you not shaking? Are you wavering?
No, it's like I'm remembering
Erica
Amy Adams in BVS and JL.
To be fair, in BVS, really not... in BVS, she was the one that took the
bullet and the spear to stab.
To stab this thing and took it away from where Superman was, so he could regain, and then
she's the one in the bathroom, and the guy's getting in the bath with all his clothes on. Please.
That was a dead thing. You know, Zack Snyder cannot shoot. He cannot shoot those kind of scenes. If it's not like banging, like Watchmen, then I don't know how to do this thing. Okay, all right. So where are we putting that? I want to put that second. Above Erica Durant, but under Terry Hatcher.
Okay, I'm not. Okay, fine. I'm not that.
Okay. So don't think it too much.
No, but I think let's give her there.
Okay. So last but not least is Bitty Tulloch. Tulloch? Yes, Bitty Tulloch. So this is what's the name of that series again?
Lewis and Superman. Yeah. Surprisingly, when I started this, I had my mind where everybody was going to go.
Okay.
But the more I've gone through this is the one person is not going to end up where in my view now is not where I thought.
She's not as high as you thought she was going to be.
No, she's higher than I thought she would be.
Oh, really?
I thought I was going to really put. I actually think.
I hear she's very capable. I don't watch it, but I
think in the show. The only issue she's very capable in the show. The only issue I have with her in the show, and this is vanity, is I don't like her looks. That's literally the only beef I got against her, which is a non-beef. In terms of reporting, all the things you think a good Lewis would do, supportive, and the way she's supportive with Clark, I think she's actually very good. I'm surprised. Before, I never thought about it. Onto this discussion, then I thought, actually, you know what? I can't rate her. I definitely cannot rate her. I have to put her above. The only person I can put above her in my mind is Terry.
I'll put her a bit lower than that.
Because I don't.
Yeah. I mean, this woman left. No matter what, this woman left Daily Planet to go and write for One Village Square newspaper like this, and then the cases she's reporting
for our family, isn't it?
And the cases she's reporting, it's not as if it's intelligently done. It's like she stumbles into this mystery and she stumbles into this. I don't feel like reporting at all. Physically, I don't feel like
when you said Amy was good around the world, when she was now this one is stumbling. The one was
I don't feel this one. I don't feel this one at all. Like Bitty as.
But you've watched it as well. Kekes has watched the show as well, right?
Kekes has not watched the show at all.
I haven't.
Not one episode.
Not one episode.
Oh, so it's me and
No one
Tunde
else.
fighting.
Yes.
Yeah,
Okay,
it's me and you fighting.
okay. Let me get more aggressive. I thought. No, because I was thinking you come with your take.
No, I just
but that's
I'm just heard.
Yeah.
I'm just heard that she's good.
No. It's fine.
It's good.
She for me, she comes after Terry. Now
She's
after
good,
thinking
but
about
she's
it.
not Amy Adams good.
So what's the list here? After Terry, who's next on our list?
Amy Adams.
Yeah, for me, she's above Amy Adams.
Nah.
For me, she's next after Terry.
She's a great mom. She's a great person.
She's a great mom.
She's a great mom. I won't take that from her. Like the first episode, the first 4 minutes of her and Superman together, it's really good. But like, nah, she's below Amy as far as I'm concerned. I mean, she's even below Eric herself.
Good on
Erica is a big.
That's the only thing that concerns you.
but weird enough, I do think she's the plainest Lois of them all, in my view. Which is saying a lot. Looking at it,
I know, yeah. It's quite clear that Superman doesn't like fine girls. But
what the hell?
Why don't like babe now? If Superman, are you telling me that Superman would like babe? Superman has not stepped out with any babe.
Wait. No. He doesn't marry fine babes. He has dated fine babes.
Who?
Lanas have been good.
Who, Lana?
I feel like Lanas. Lanas have always been hotter than Louis's.
Of course.
Yes.
I agree with that. I agree. But
Wonder Woman.
Okay, fair enough.
So for me, we've come to an impasse here, to be honest.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think we need our listeners.
Okay. To help us choose. Okay. So
yes.
What we're saying who is versus who's is it Erica Durant versus
actually, so Tunde, you said you would have below both Erica and Amy.
I'm thinking about it. It's very difficult. Like it's very difficult. I'll have her below Amy for sure.
Okay.
But it's between Erica and Bitsy. Like the problem with Erica is that she was in a very terrible TV show. Like small people say it was terrible.
Today, I can assure you that your spirit is saying Bitsy because you know that she's.
Well,
it's the finest that's killing him.
It's the finest that is doing this guy. The finest and the leather jackets.
Finest. It's not the finest. It's that Erica has Lois in that show.
Can I check something first?
Yeah.
Are you from Akure?
It's like this Akure people in your dream.
See, why I'm looking at this list is that I'm trying to separate the show from the character themselves, and that's very difficult. A lot of the show revolves around them. Erica as a Lois in that show was amazing. Like she was fantastic. If you had kept her in any of the other shows, if she was in what's this thing called? This BT Solic show, I think it's a lot better.
Lois and
Superman.
I don't think that actress had a range. Honestly.
Fair.
Her main quality was she was fine.
I mean,
okay, so
I will argue too much. I'll put her below Amy Adams, but I'm
okay. All right, I love this. I'm going to do a run through from down to up.
Okay.
So at the bottom, we've got Kate Bosworth at the bottom.
Deserved. Well deserved.
Very disrespectful. Then we have Margot Kidder.
Okay.
We have Animated Lewis, Erica Durant, Bitsy Tulloch, Amy Adams, and the winner, Chicken Dinner, Terry Hatcher. Are we good? I'm good with this.
Yeah, I'm fine with this.
I'm not happy, but I will take it. I will take it.
Terry won now. That was your main.
Yeah, you're right. That's my main objective. Yes.
So
that's fine.
There's nothing more. Okay, so Terry wins. Right, guys, please let us know what you think. Let's put this on the Twitter and see
Yeah.
If we can we get like a poll going up on this?
So send me that list, and I'll post it on
Yes,
the Twitter so that people
course.
can come on. And I will put in brackets that the position of Amy, of Erica
I'll
is
tell
due to Tunde.
I mean, okay, no. So after every other person on this list, who else would be above Erica now? It's not only Bitsy, Amy, and Terry. Is there anybody else that compares to Erica?
Oh no, we didn't have any debate. Our debate was Bitsy, and
yeah.
I think that's our only disagreement, really, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was Bitsy. Bitsy was the main
I
disagreement.
think Bitsy was
Yeah.
a challenge. Okay, guys, thank you so much again. So this has been episode. Yes.
Rachel Brosnahan as.
Thank you.
Lois.
So yes, Rachel. So is going to be Lois Lane in Superman Legacy. Now, this is my expectation. I think I wonder if I speak for you guys. Fantastic actress. I expect her to have a lot more screen time than some people. For example, I expect her to have more screen time than Kate Bosworth and Amy Adams. I want this to actually be. I mean, don't get me wrong. I would love a Superman film, but I think she needs to. Lois has to have a stake in this film. I think she has to have character. I think she has to almost have her own arc. I think she has to be a contributor to Superman in this, or to Clark Kent. I don't want her to just be a damsel that he saves all the time. I want her to step it up. I want her to maybe uncover something, not just be in danger. I also would love for her to either uncover Superman's identity, or he trusts her enough to tell her, because I cannot deal with all this giving me kiss that makes me forget, or I can't recognize you because you've got on blue tights and a red cape. That's what I want. I want her to have fire. You cannot waste this. And I don't think, and I truly have enough respect for James Gunn that I think the man is such a good writer that I think he's going to do very well with this character. I think they're going to have a good bouncing off each other relationship. I don't want her to swoon over Superman. I want to have a Rachel. I want to have a Lois who actually likes Clark, and not just Superman. Not like, oh, this buff guy. That's part of the reason why. Sorry to deviate, but that's part of the reason why I like the Lois in this animated series that we're watching right now. She clearly has like a massive crush on Clark. Yes, which I think she even likes him more than he likes her. And it's all I love it. You know, I want to see more of that. So if you can just almost transpose this Lois, grow her up a bit, make her a bit older from the animated series into the movie, I would love that. So that's my expectation for Lois in the movie.
Yeah. I'll add a couple more. Going off the banter between Clark and Lois.
Yes.
I really want that. I really want that back and forth a lot. It's something most of the characters here are missing.
Sorry. So between Superman and Lois, or Clark and Lois?
No, Clark and Lois.
Clark and Lois. Exactly. Thank you.
Yes, Clark and Lois. I think.
Yes.
I might drop Amy Adams off this list if it's based on banter alone, because she has the least banter with Superman.
There was no banter.
Exactly.
There was no banter in the movies. So
yeah, so that must be really there. Like, it must be an investigative reporter. Please give her let us know that she has that agency to be intelligent to figure things out on her own.
Yeah.
Please. So that's those two key factors for me. Like,
that's good. Yeah, and not abrasive to Jimmy, or she will do this. This is oh my God, that's part of the reason why I'm coming around to this series. In the current animated series, when she says Smallville, it's not an insult. It's it's not. It's like a nickname. But just about everywhere else that Lois has called Clark Smallville, it's derisive. Like calling somebody, I don't know, Ikorodu, let me not speak on that correctly.
Ibadan.
It's not me that was it. Well, yes, it's said with derision, which I've never really appreciated. Or call me haystack or something, or hayseed, just farm boy. Or there's a way to say it with affection, and this animated series nails it. I want Rachel to do that. Dapo, expectations for Rachel Brosnan as
none.
As Lois?
None, and I don't care.
Wow.
I really want her to be the best Lois too, because
I do.
every Lois on this list has
I
its
do.
coin somewhere.
I do. I really, Lewis with personality, with fire, but is not.
I simply just do not like the character. So it kind of I never have any hope for anything.
Yeah.
If it's good, fine. But I never so now I can't really tell you. Oh, I want her to do this. No, I don't like Lewis.
Yeah,
Left to me, I want Lana.
Lana Lang, that one I do.
You know what I'm thinking about? No, I think I've actually got beef against Lewis simply because she stole Clark from Lana. I think that's where my beef comes from, mostly.
When you say stole, was Lana still in the picture?
She wasn't in the picture.
Well, no, but stole is a harsh word, but Lana lost out to the big city girl.
Yeah.
I mean, they were not.
There was puppy love between Lana and
no, I'm fighting for the accurate people here.
Sure.
It was chance by the Lagos babe.
They found babes.
I know, but like, remember in the animated series, Lana was a big city babe.
She was what?
Like she was like a big fashion designer I remember that episode clearly. When they introduced Lana in the animated TV show.
My Lana has always been the John Brown one.
Yeah, the bush
and the love and the love she had for Clark, and the fact that she gave up that love to let Superman be Superman. That's story, that picture. I love it. Nothing's matched it for me, for any other woman so far.
Yeah. Fair enough.
Man.
Okay. Anything else for this episode?
Nothing for me.
Nothing.
Okay. Yeah. Right, guys. So we have given you what seems to be like a bumper episode. We didn't mean to, but thank you for listening.
We spoke it too long.
Yes. Got carried away.
Almost 2 hours. Yeah.
Right, guys. Thank you so much again for continuing to listen. Remember to rate, like, subscribe. Naija's Geeking Out on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, and now Threads. And that was going to be putting up a short poll. Just want to get your take, your vibe on Lewis's, what you think and what you hope we get going forward. Right, Tunde, over to you.
Yeah, good night, guys. As you've seen, Lois Lane, ignore that, but saying he doesn't like her. She's one of the best sidekicks of all time. Please, we all know that. We'll get to that one of these days.
Yeah, we have to. This is another topic we have to discuss later because
we'll get
for me, she's not even close. Not even close.
Lack of taste all around.
That what you want to send us out?
Right. I'm just gonna say goodbye for now because I don't want to get drawn into this long argument. Thank you guys for listening once again. Oh, by the way, Flash.
After 2 hours of argument, you don't want to get drawn into long arguments.
Flash is now leaving the cinema. Officially, the biggest flop in superhero history. Just thought I put that out there.
Bad guy. Always breaking records.
I think that's a statement. Sad news, but on that note, thanks for listening and see you later.